So if you have something you want to show up, Bill Ryman, I think Bill does. So let me see if I can find you in my list. Oh, I can do it this way. That's right. Oh, yep, there he is. So Bill, you should be unmuted, Bill. And let me also, I got to take cancel the spotlight here. So Bill, you should be able to be seen now. There you go.
All right, so I made another bowl, so I'm only made a few.
Raise it up a little higher for us, Bill.
So this one right here, it's hard to see, but it had a lot of holes in it, both the inside and on the outside here.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a heck of a time trying to fill these holes. I tried doing a bit of resin, but I'm young and impatient. I don't think it cured all the way, and a lot of it came out during turning. So that was kind of interesting.
Was the bowl dry when you put the resin in, or was it still pretty wet?
I believe so.
Yeah, because that makes a big difference, I know.
But then I tried a new technique of 2-part epoxy mixed with a powdered coloring and filling the voids with that.
Oh, okay.
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 But in general, it went okay. And then I tried a CA finish on it. Got a lot of ridges on it. I didn't get the smoothest, but you know, overall, I think it looks good.
Good for you. Cool.
Nice shape.
Yeah, you haven't been turning very long either, have you?
A few years. I've
Yeah.
been part of the group just over a year.
Good for you. Welcome.
I just learned bowls from Norm Hinsman and Gail.
Well, those are good people. Good
Yeah.
people, especially Norm.
Mm-hmm.
Ted's got something he wants to show, so let's go to him. Ted, I'm going to unmute you. Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead, Ted.
I have a lot of little pieces of scrap laying around, so I decided to make a cube, and then let me see if I can get this. Then I turned the cube into a bowl.
All right.
Oh, a cube. And then you hollowed it out. Very cool.
It's not a cube. It's a three.
It was a cube, and you
flat one.
let's see.
You turn on one edge of the
you mount it between 2 points.
Ah, I see.
The 2 points are here and here, but they've been turned off.
I got it.
Gotcha.
Now, oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Very cool.
A couple years ago, I can't remember his name now, demonstrated at the club meeting. So actually, I made this a while back, but I haven't shown it in a meeting, so that's why I showed it now.
That's pretty cool.
And I have all the scrap, so I decided I needed to make a weight for my for my yoga class. So I used the scrap and I made a little barbell.
Is it light? How many?
It's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, it weighs a couple pounds.
Very cool. It looks nice too. So now you're going to have to make it for everybody in the yoga class, I think. Okay, so Russ had something for us. Let's let me get to him on here and unmute Russ. Come on. Oh, sorry. I think I pushed. I was too. Hold on, Russ. It's not wanting you to speak. Unmute Russ, please. Russ, maybe it's not letting me unmute you. Is there anything on your end? Oh, there it was a second. There it is. Okay, there you go. You're on.
Okay. I've gotten carried away with hollow vessels.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
Amazing. Huh. Oh, wow.
Nice shape.
I took a class from Mike Chakosky at Craft Supplies a year ago, and I've made about a dozen of these now. And some of them are larger than others, and my effort is to get the holes smaller, because I remember saying at one of the meetings that DeVore always said that people wanted to feel the inside. And I said, well, there's an answer to that. Just make the hole smaller. But I haven't gotten that far yet.
What kind of wood is that?
Most of these are maple.
Maple.
Have you tried hollowing from the bottom?
No.
Yeah, I've seen that where you make a really small hole, but you hollow from the bottom and then plug it. So it looks like you hollowed it from this little teeny hole, but it's like, you hollowed it from the bottom at a normal size hole and then just put a plug in it.
No, I hollowed them all from the
Yeah.
top. I've only made one saucer.
Ah, very good. One funnel. Okay. Somebody out there named iPad9. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna put you on the screen and we'll try and unmute you.
I'm Gene Fellini.
Oh, Gene. Okay, you're on.
I've been a member for a little over a year, been turning just a little over that. Wanted to show the table base that I made.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
This is great because I was trying to figure out how I was going to be able to bring that in. Weighs about 100 pounds. I'd like to show just a couple of pictures of how it started.
Sure, go ahead.
I don't know if I can. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's it's plywood, a plywood core with a 4x4 Doug fir, and then I clamped 2x material cherry wood to create the base. So the whole base is cherry. I didn't make the top. My wife had the table, and it had an iron base, and we were always knocking our knees on it. And so I said I could make this, and it took me about 11 months because I screwed up the wood lathe to begin with. I screwed up the spindle. I cross-threaded when I
Oh, no.
put the faceplate on, and Dwight Rutherford was nice enough to come over and show me how to put the faceplate on the right way. But we had to take the whole spindle apart. I had to rebuild my lathe. It's a Powermatic. So it was quite a bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's a great table. Thanks for sharing that. So this worked out good, being able to have that video on it.
Yeah.
That's great.
What's the diameter of the base down there?
18 inches.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a huge.
Yeah, I drew out pictures of what I wanted, and I kind of put a plan together on how I was going to clamp it. And I would just put a couple pieces on every day. Used probably about a half a gallon of glue on the thing. I did a template first. I tried out a small piece of cherry, gluing it together. Like I said, I hadn't turned in a couple of years, probably about 40, and thought, well, what the heck, go big or go home.
Very cool. Jerry
Hey.
Hall's got something to share with us. Let me get him unmuted. Okay, Jerry, you're on.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Hi, Ted.
I
I was turning a few months ago. Haven't done much lately. Mostly been doing photography. Ran across a scrap, and it was kind of undistinguished wood. Had kind of a yellowy cast and rusty marks, and so I let it sit around. Then I decided to finish it up and made a rusty top to match the rusty wood. So that worked out. So then I made a rusty base, which is basically a lid, and painted that all up. And so when it was all together, 3-0 pieces of wood came out fairly nice, I thought.
They're very beautiful.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Thanks.
That's
So
it.
Shan's got something for us. Let me get him on here. Unmute you. Okay, Shan, you're on.
Okay, I got a piece of walnut. It's a platter. I got this out of Folsom, so it's real thin.
yeah.
Just a lot of nice color to it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So thin platter, that's it. Walnut just shows I'm still turning.
Pretty.
You're still- I saw your Facebook posting of that those bowls that you
Four
cored.
nested, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same
There you go.
tree. Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool.
Okay, we got Bill Ryman over here. Let me get him on spotlight and unmute. Oh, you're
Okay.
back again. Did you have another one, Bill? No? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I saw your name saying thank you to Sean. That's what it was. Okay, we're going to get Gary on here. Oops. Got to spell right. Gary Sand. Oops. Oh, his video's not on. Gary Sandler, your video isn't on. If you want to start your video, we can unmute you.
So no, don't have anything to share. Thanks.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, you just said tri-corner bowl. That's what you were saying was what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Gerald,
John,
Jared says something.
and John Di Piazza was the one that did the demo, Shannon said. And so let's cancel that spotlight. Gerald's got something. All right, let me get him up. Okay, Gerald, and you should be on live. Okay, go ahead.
It's a piece of sycamore.
I like sycamore.
Yeah. Plane tree. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got one little crack in it.
Not supposed to point out the bad spots.
Well, no, that's what happens to most of your. That's what happens with most of your wood is air dried.
Yeah.
And then I've got one more.
Okay.
Put this one down. And this one's still in the finish stage. It's
Wow, that's big.
it's magnolia.
Wow.
How big a crust is that? Looks
It's
huge in the
about,
camera.
Yeah, it's about 14 inches.
Wow.
And it's got, I put where the dark spot, that's copper inlay.
Oh, copper.
Yeah, then all the cracks inside, they're all inlaid with copper as well.
Is that in a resin, the copper?
Yeah, it's just in super glue. And
Oh,
then I'm putting Alumilite over the top for the finish. And the wood, the magnolia, sucks up the first coat like a sponge.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you go, you lightly sand it a little bit, and each coat gets shinier, and it really looks very nice when it's all done.
Very cool. I got to try that copper thing. Okay, Larry Randolph's got something. Let's put him on and unmute him. Larry?
Yeah. First, Chris, thank you for letting me be part of your demo.
Yeah, Larry, we've talked, I think, about having a demo from you someday.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And Brian, that was a great demo. Here is what I've been playing with of late. I do a lot of texturing, and this is a piece of ash that I didn't really, it was dry, so it's not really a rough turn. Can you see it, or do you see me?
No, we can see it. You shared your screen.
Okay, good.
It's on.
Good.
There's
I
a
still
couple
see
little.
me in the.
Yeah, there's a couple little things where your mouse is on the controls.
How about now?
It might
Okay.
go away.
Okay, so it's dry ash, and I turned the rim and the medallion in the middle to the point where I could sandblast the entire piece. And then when I came back, I turned the beads, and then.
Oops, you've got your there you go.
oh, there we go. Different.
Yep.
And I used a black dye and then topped it with iridescent copper acrylic.
Very
Just
cool.
did a dry brush.
Wow.
Wow.
I like it.
But
Great.
thank you again. I do have a question for your members. Sure. You guys seem to really like the pre-recorded video.
It's the first time we've ever done it. So
well, I do in my demos. I do quite a bit of pre-recorded video, and I've gotten pretty good feedback from it. But you guys seem to really like what Brian had tonight. I think it's much clearer than what you see on webcams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just curious to see what everybody thinks. If everybody likes it as well, or
yeah, we're going to be experimenting because we've got HDMI cameras, and I went through Alan's courses on how to use the iPhones and stuff for the through the vMix, or not through vMix, through just Zoom, having them as a separate one. So I'm going to find out about that. You got you muted again somehow. I don't know how that happened. Oops.
I did it. I've got a dog barking. Give me just a second.
Okay. So yeah, we had the only other one. Mike Mahoney's a member of our club, and he's done some great pre-recorded ones. And Mike has that great ability to use the pointer and really get detailed in his pre-recorded videos. I really like what Mike does. So yeah, I think we'll just have to see where this whole COVID-19 thing goes and how we deal with it from there. So.
Looks like David's and Rick Warren want to share.
All right, let me get them up. Okay, David, you should be unmuted. Oops, no, unmute. Sometimes it doesn't unmute people, and I don't know why.
Let me try unmuting.
There you are. You're on now.
Well, I'm just brand new, Turner. Started just, I think, November. And just playing around a little bit, but I've went to a couple of the meetings and enjoyed it really well. Enjoyed tonight's presentation. It's good.
Good.
But I had a piece of just some scraps of what I'm basically turning with now, but this is a piece of pine. I don't know if you can see the inside, but see all the colors that into it. But when I got it done, and I just happened to have it sitting on my desk, and I looked over at it, and
Mason.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. You got some eyes showing there.
Yeah, so there's this. Yeah, there was two branches coming into this little piece of scrap pine. I thought that was
how fun.
And my mentor, Metzler, said that yeah, sometimes wood will show us what it has inside once we get into it.
That's true. That's true. All right, Robert's got something. Let's bring him up and unmute him.
Actually, you know, it's Bob. I don't know why they got Robert on there, but
well, you can change your name next time if you feel like it. It's easy to do.
Well, I don't know. I registered the other way, but it.
No, on your I'll teach you. It's easy. Little click on the mouse and takes a second. Okay. So did you have something to show?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
There you go. There's your camera right there. Just go slow.
I'm trying to get
too fast.
This thing here. Anyway, between my production training and everything else, this is a piece I turned yesterday afternoon. I turned this, actually killed two birds with one stone. One is I like to have something for the meetings. This is a piece out of Spectre Wood, the manufacturer.
Oh yeah.
I get a lot of their wood. I buy it by the pallet. Anyway, this was a special, big, huge piece they sent me. And originally it was to go back to the manufacturing plant on a vacation trip close to this fall and show them. But unfortunately, with status in the air, I don't know where I'm going. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this. This was, like I said, this was done yesterday afternoon. I turned this out for everybody. Okay.
Very cool. Yes, thank you.
Right.
Let's see.
And I can see Rick Warren. Can you see Rick Warren?
I'm sorry?
Rick Warren looks like he wants to share. He's got a chess set, I think.
Rick Warren. Okay. Oh. There he is. Unmute him. Hey, Rick.
Oh, wow. I do have a chess set. I'm not sure how visible it is. Just to remind people that
we can see it.
You can still do spindle turning on a lathe as well as bolt turning.
Yeah.
I did this chessboard. Woodcraft had a class back in December, so I thought I would turn a chess set. So got a couple pieces here that I think turned out fairly well. I'm pretty pleased with it.
Yeah, I like it. So you turn it and then carved it, or you carve like?
Well, of course, I only turned I turned every piece but the knights, and the knights you can see I did on a bandsaw or a squirrel saw, and then just turn the base of those.
Just turn the base, yeah. Gotcha. That's really cool though. Did you make that table, the chessboard too?
Yeah, I did that at Woodcraft. They had a class down there, and turned out rather well, I thought, and much easier than I expected it to be.
Super.
So they did a good job in their class. So.
All right. Does anybody else have anything? I've got one little piece that I'm working on. Let me take him off. Stop that. Where am I at in this thing? I don't even know which one I'm on anymore. I've got two computers here. Yeah, there we go. So This was a piece of the walnut that we had. We went out cutting some walnut, I think a month and a half ago, just before everything hit the fan, and we had some walnut burl that I had this green piece, and I was just kind of curious what would happen. So I turned it and then just let the rim kind of go crazy. And I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
But I had fun with it. I thought, yeah, I like the way that rim turned out. So
Yeah, I think it's fun the way it moves. Isn't it?
yeah, it was fun just to let it do its thing and
Especially the burl, you can't tell which way.
Yeah, explore where it wanted to go. So I'm just finishing up. I got a few more coats of polish to put on. Yeah, so I thought I'd just share that with you. Other than learning Zoom, I had a little bit of turning done. All right, I think that's all we had for tonight.